Hi everybody, this is Jaleesa from More Than Enough Drip Wellness. Just wanted to come in, about to get myself ready for bed. I know I had promised that I would come on Sunday and do a live, and just wanted to talk about wellness. So a lot of times I post or share information about wellness, but just wanted individuals to kind of understand it. Like when I say ways that you can improve your wellness, a lot of times people think it's just something as simple as I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat healthier or something like that. And while those are really important aspects of your wellness, there's so many different things that contribute to it. And so some of the areas of wellness are spiritual, emotional, intellectual, physical, social, environmental, and financial. And so ways to think about how to improve those things, or tiny habits that you can think about. And when I say thinking of doing something, I don't mean for you to do like all of these things all at once. The last couple of years, I've definitely identified ways that I can improve my wellness, and I'm still a work in progress. But it's about tiny habits. It's about starting and doing one thing and continuing to do it, not just doing everything all at once. Unless that works for you, then that's great. But start off small. Drink one more glass of water a day, and build yourself up. Walk up steps if, physically you can. Try to be active at home, work out, exercise that you can do. Sorry, my connection kind of messed up a little bit. But some specific things you can do, especially if you have children, and just ways that you can improve your wellness. If you give me one moment, I will tell you. So for emotional, keeping a journal to assess your mood over time can be really helpful, as well as just talking about your feelings. I think that sometimes, especially if you're having a difficult time, just talking about it can be really great. Maintain regular sleep patterns. Seek counseling when needed. Therapy is something that a lot of people don't really understand the use of it, but therapy is really about not just talking to someone, but helping to kind of like unpack things that you're really not willing to face. And sometimes when you're talking about an issue, there's an elephant in the room that you really don't address. And so having a therapist that can either help you unpack it and move forward, or unpack it and figure out what do you want to do. How do you, heal? How do you do? For financial, create a budget and stick to it. Especially with things during COVID, financially, a lot of families who typically wouldn't be impacted are being impacted because while certain costs may be slashed or non-existent because you're not doing certain things, certain other things such as food, utilities, just things that break, needing different things, or just being in the house all the time if you're working remotely, can be a lot more than usual. So, having a budget, figuring it out, putting away retirement savings every week or putting money aside. Sometimes you can set that up with your bank to kind of have it come out automatically. Be selective about your purchases. So I know that like a lot of online shopping has been done due to the pandemic because a lot of things you either aren't going to the store to do. But one thing that I have started doing is putting things in my cart online and waiting a couple days. If it's something that I really, really think that we need, then I'll get it. If it's something that was like spur of the moment, then I'll just leave it there, and maybe another day or another year I'll look into getting it. For emotional, keeping a journal to assess your mood over time. Oh wait, I think I did that one. I did. Okay, I'm sorry. Intellectual. So read a book every month. I have definitely started reading more. I feel like reading has definitely been something that I missed, and being so busy or being so emotionally burnt out, I did not have the capacity to read like I used to. I was always reading books, whether I was in school or whether I was working or just, with my children. But I noticed that a lot of times just with the pandemic, I didn't have the mental capacity to want to read. So reading a book, watching documentaries, uplifting ones, because you could watch a documentary and be like stressed out afterwards because it's like everything is so crazy. So maybe even being selective about what you're watching. Not necessarily challenge your beliefs, but have conversations, deep conversations with people that you trust and are supportive and understanding of varying views, and people that you can agree to disagree with, so that as you guys talk about topics that maybe are difficult or tough or something like that, then maybe you guys can have those conversations and just like broaden your horizon or learn as you go. For physical, exercise regularly. I want to say that the COVID pandemic has definitely been difficult with exercising. I typically would, be doing a lot more during my day-to-day, but having to be intentional about moving and, going for walks, not all the time, because sometimes the weather's not conducive to that, but making sure that you're finding ways to get your heart rate up a little bit. Maintain a healthy diet. And so a lot of times people feel like maintaining a healthy diet means like, starving yourself or being on a strict diet where you don't get to enjoy foods. And one of the things that I realized a lot of my nutrition was not being met, because either I was under eating because I was so busy, or I was stressed out. And when you under eat, you're not nourishing your body. And so I started eating more frequently, making sure that I eat breakfast, making sure I do certain things to like just continuously eat on a regular basis. And I've lost about 15 pounds in like the last, I want to say like maybe like 4 or 5 months. And previous to that, like I think I was losing weight, but then there was like weather changes and stuff like that, so it was too hot to really want to go outside. Moderate your alcohol consumption and or coffee. So a lot of times people love their coffee, right? And also love their wine or alcohol, but sometimes those things are like unchecked calories, especially the coffee, right? I think like alcohol is kind of like, that this one, cooler or glass of wine is this amount, and maybe that's your limit. But with coffee, sometimes you get like the large, you're getting whipped cream, you're getting caramel, you're getting this, and like it adds up. So just being mindful about stuff like that, and making sure you're not drinking your calories and fat, but rather that you're having a variety of areas where you're getting your protein, your fats, and carbs. So let's see the next one. So spiritual, tap in, prayer. I want to say that despite knowing people who have various religious backgrounds and being enlightened about different things, having faith has been something that has always kept me grounded. And I feel like a lot of times people want to put religion in a box. And I think that it's important to know that there is, something greater or bigger than you. For me, I believe that there is a God. I do believe that Jesus Christ is, our Lord and Savior. I do have other, like beliefs and practices that a lot of people are like, that doesn't go with Christianity. But I'm gonna light my sage. I'm also going to, meditate and try to balance these chakras and things like that because it's important to me. But I think that just having something that's important to you, a practice, a moment where you get to unwind and unpack and connect with the higher power, whatever that may be for you. Whether you call him Allah, Jehovah, God, Jesus, whatever. Just making time that you actually tap in, because that relationship is the most important relationship that you'll ever have. And it's important. Let's see. So performing meditation, and yoga or other self-care rituals. For some people, it's taking a nice bubble bath. For others, it's taking rest or a break. For some, it's taking deep breaths. I want to say that deep breathing is nourishment to your body. Nobody really tells you about the fact that when you're breathing shallow, like, and your heart rate is going really fast, it's because your body is kind of unable to like rest. So whatever may have triggered you, whatever may have caused you to be on high alert, be intentional about trying to slow down. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying that if you're having chronic pain that it's going to make it all better. But what I will tell you is that when you take time to just try to calm down your nervous system, in turn, your body feels a little bit calmer and less stressed. And sometimes pain can even be amplified if you're not getting adequate oxygen. Because basically what's happening is that because you're not getting adequate oxygen, your body is, your muscles and, is starving for adequate oxygen and it needs it. So just make sure that you're taking time to do that. And for some people who don't do yoga or meditation, it could be blowing bubbles. It could be, purchasing a pinwheel, or there's like whistle-like things that you can get that you can blow, and it helps to, calm your body down. Live according to your beliefs. I think that one of the things that I realized is that in our world, there's so many judgments. I myself am somebody that, I think as I've gotten older, as I've become a parent, as I've just come across so many different people, I've let go of judgments. Letting go of judgments and trying to understand where people are coming from, having compassion is really, really important to me. And I'm not saying that it's something that has to be important to you, but I think that when you try to understand a person's situation, or when you try to understand and have just compassion and not being judgmental, but live your life according to you and your God and your beliefs and your morals, and let people think whatever. People are going to talk, people are going to hate, people are going to love you regardless. And I always talked with, my cousin who I love, and, family and friends and things like that. And especially as Black women, there are times where you doubt yourself or you're unsure, and be great anyway. Show up and do your best no matter what. Environmental. I don't always get to do this one. And I'm trying to get better at it because I do feel like it makes you feel a little bit better. But make your bed. Just doing that one task sometimes can just create a space of you woke up and you completed a task. You did something, a tiny step in the right direction. And some days may be better than others, right? But when you do that and you kind of create some type of domino effect, that today's going to be a great day. And it started off on the right foot. Another one is try to be organized. And, I think this is a constant battle. I have a preteen who acts like clean what, where, you said do what, and a toddler. So toys, and just, he thinks he's Spider-Man. So everything is, sometimes again. But if what I did learn is that if you have systems or places where things go, and I always tell everyone, listen, there's a place for everything. If you don't know, ask, but please don't just put it back wherever, because when you put it back wherever, then that causes a mess, and that makes me upset because, it's I try to make space, even if we don't have, lots of space, but I'm grateful for what we have. All right. So, be mindful of your environment. So if you know that plants are really soothing for you, have plants. If you like certain lights, put those lightings in. If you feel like certain colors make you feel calm and relaxed, have those colors. If you know that clutter makes you agitated, try to, unclutter things. If you feel like you like certain seating, one of the things that came up on the live that I did with Organized Design and Create, shout out to Victoria, one of the things is be intentional about your space and your area. And, if you got to save to get that special thing that makes you feel loved and happy in your space, do it. Okay. So social. connect with friends and family every week. And I know with COVID going on, that can be really difficult, right? But one way that you can connect is sending a text, sending a message, sending an email, writing a letter. One thing that I will say is that, like, I find that with everything going on, like, I'm like one of those people, like, I'm a talker. I like to be connected, but I may not always be able to go out, have kids. I work full time. And it can be a lot. It's overwhelming. But sometimes it's nice, you know, if you're that strong friend, sometimes it's nice to have people to reach out to you. And sometimes, too, it's nice to be that one that reach out. So if you haven't talked to someone in a while, you miss someone, you thinking of them, send them a text, send them a call, you know, write them a letter. But definitely staying connected. Planning things out. Virtual things are it right now. They're fetch, obviously. So let's try that. Contact someone you haven't spoken with recently. So that could be one thing that you do. Reach out to your support network. Who are your people? Who are your tribe? Who's in your group chat? Send them a message. Hey, y'all, I ain't been in here in a while. What's up? What's going on? Do that. If it speaks to you. Okay. So I hope that today has been helpful. Y'all see this? I got I don't know, it's a sunburn, a suntan. I wore an off the shoulder dress. Was it last weekend? And I think I looked really nice, but it was really hot outside. And so I don't know how long I'm going to be like this, but this is what I'm dealing with. But I hope that tonight was, you know, helpful. I hope that someone received some information or something that can be helpful. I'll be doing a blog post about the topics that I have. I'll also be posting a little bit more about some takeaways from the live I did with Organize, Design, and Create about organization. And, you know, it's Sunday. I hope that it was soulful, joyful, peaceful, restful for you. Let's get some rest tonight, y'all, because we got a week ahead of us. So enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.